Because of the challenge, I've been going back to the basics and going back to the things that really worked for me. And that was
or I'm trying to find
the
out
protein and fruit for breakfast. What that's been looking like is just like a banana and a boiled egg. This week, I kind of went with, I would do like strawberries and blueberries together, and get this peanut butter. I'm addicted to peanut butter, but this is
not no
a
more.
good kind of peanut butter. Some people think all peanut butter is good.
And girl, what kind of peanut butter is it?
It's all good, I guess. But peanut butters, the regular peanut butters have a lot of sugar and molasses and all that crap in it. This has peanuts and 1% or less salt. Those are the only 2 ingredients in here.
What kind is it?
That's it.
Smucker's natural. Okay, thank you. I might try it. I mean, I don't know.
That's it. And that's all I need. Okay? 1 gram of sugar. If you compare that, I might try to look up just the regular Jiffy or whatever it is. Then my snack has been just fruit. The mid-morning snack is fruit, apple, banana, berries, whatever can be. Then for lunch I have a salad with whatever. It's either I make enough chicken, like I do a whole pack of chicken breast, a whole pack of chicken thighs. I prefer chicken thighs. I prefer to have the skin on because I sacrifice too many things to be worried about some skin. I eat the skin on my chicken. That's what's in here. But I make that.
Girl, don't tell my baby to shut up or whatever you said. But listen, I don't know if it's because the topic is food or because I feel like in the first 2 videos I was a lot more combative. It could be that right now she's just talking about food. She's not necessarily talking about her body, which I mean causes a reaction in me because I'm living in it, in the body that she was running away from. And so maybe that's where a reaction happens, because right now, like, it's not even offending me, or maybe because I'm like working on myself and not necessarily I'm working on being healthier, I'll say that. And so it is not that offensive. I don't know if I will ever be like, I eat this, and that, because I eat like everything. I just make sure I know what it is, like where I'm at, so that I can see what effect things have on me. And I'm in no rush for anything, or and no, like, whatever happens from me taking care of myself kind of happens from me taking care of myself. But yeah, I just find it interesting that I'm just sitting here like laid back. But it could be because she's not really me. Hey, if you ever always talk like it's a different person, what can I do? It's me. Why do I do that? I can't get back. Hopefully I cut that out. Hold on, y'all. Boom. Okay. Let's see what she's talking about.
Stuff at the beginning of the week. So that's my fallback plan. And I make my salads at the beginning of the week. I put a picture on Facebook, but I'll put one on, excuse him, he's one.
He's one? He's 11. So I don't know if
I put a picture of, I make my salads and my backup meat
9 years old.
All at the beginning of the week. Then, if I have like hot wings or salmon or shrimp during the week, if I have leftovers, I'll take that as with my lunch and replace that, because I'm going to need another protein for my afternoon snack, which is going to be a piece of chicken, or if I don't got nothing else, it's going to be a boiled egg, just whatever kind of protein I can get in there. Then for dinner, same really as my lunch, is going to be some kind of vegetable, mixed vegetables, or some zucchini and squash, or salad, asparagus, and protein. It's really simple. It's really boring.
I
I
feel
work.
you.
I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
You have a 13-year-old and
I
an
don't
11-year-old.
really have time to be
You two
in love with
lying.
food. I've been in love with food, and sometimes I go back to it. But for right now, I'm just really not into food like that, and I'm so thankful for that. I don't want to be into food. I want to eat as healthy, as natural as I can. Speaking of something that I'm adding back in that's not natural, that I let go because of that. Please stay over there. Is this muscle milk? I'm going to do this next week. I haven't been doing it this week. And I've had great results. This is not with this. I'm not saying with this. I mean, I did have good results with this, but I'm saying with adding the pea.
It's okay, I mean, the boringness, that's probably some of where the pitfall kind of happened with it, is because, I wasn't going to eat chicken and salad for the rest of my life. It was kind of inevitable that I was going to want other things. And so not learning how to drink responsibly, no, like use those things or enjoy food responsibly, that was probably a pitfall. I'm really not feeling the way she's talking to my child, but that's like another thing of, just like, is this being the most important thing, like really focused in on weight loss or focused in on that. And so definitely have grown from that, and I'm glad that I kind of abandoned ship on this, if nothing else, to be able to focus on, the children that I had growing up at the time. And it's not like I consciously said I'm abandoning this, but life over the last 10 years just kind of happened. I learned some things. Um, Here in the last 4 to 5 years, life like really got hectic. As far as I lost my mother, and I really didn't know how to, let's say that was 4 years ago, and I didn't really know how to deal with life or deal with feelings, grief, stress, emotions without my friend food. Like I had never um doing the dieting and extreme restriction during peaceful times is somewhat easy, but when life happens, it's a little harder. And so I was not able to do it, and so my mind helped me with that, as far as creating a story of, hey, it's bad to care about how much you weigh. You can eat as much as you want. Like my mind helped me through that, took care of me in that way. Did I gain a lot of weight? I sure did. But I got to focus on some other things. Like I got to focus on life. And so, did I want to gain it? No. I did, and I learned to love my body on a different level, you know, and that was all of it has been a gift. Then after that, we moved a year after my mother passed away. I moved from my hometown, home city, whatever, and so that was stressful. It also created a scenario where we were selling the house wasn't selling, or we were going through, and so that was stressful. I ate over that. I was in a new town, new food. I had a great time. Also, there's nobody here that actually knows what I look like, like before, because I'd already stopped dieting before I got here, and so it was kind of easy to just be whoever I showed up as, because they don't know another me. And so it was, so while I can paint it as a terrible thing, or damn, I gained weight, I had peace from dieting, and I needed it because I didn't know how to deal with life without it, without abusing food. And I needed it right then. I needed it right then. Until then after that, I went through a year where I was going to counseling pretty much every week. When I first got here, when I turned my birthday of that, my birthday, it let, I started doing counseling. I think it was my 30th birthday. I don't know if we were here my 30th birthday. Have we been here 4 years. I don't know. It may have been my 31st, but I started going to counseling every week. And I did that for at least 6 months, maybe 9 months, whatever. And then it went to monthly. And I just really, really worked on some things, worked on, getting to know my inner children, the traumas that happened to me. Um, just like all of us have had traumas happen to me. I'm not trying to make it like I had like big shit, stuff happen, but life happened and it affects how you show up and the things you do. And if you don't learn how to take care of yourself in other ways, then you go to your default. So I had the default of food just being my best friend and being something, and I just like totally, with the restrictive eating, like abandoned that, and it just didn't work. It didn't work long term. I didn't have a plan for long term. I wasn't doing things that I could do for a lifetime or that I was willing to do for a lifetime. I don't know if I had thought about if I was willing to do it for a lifetime. I just wanted to see the scale move and get down there and then worry about it when I got there. And it just really doesn't work that way. You really do have to uh, think about, or I have to think about, what am I willing to do for a lifetime? I literally probably didn't eat hot chips for 10 years. And since introducing them back, it became like such a oh, gotta have it, gotta have it. And then I realized maybe because I'm old now, but I can't even handle them like I used to. So bye. But I don't even know what I said that for. But I'm just saying, like, I it's cool. It's all good. Like I just need to take care of myself as far as making sure that I'm getting in a variety of foods. I mean, it sounds like I had the fruits and the vegetables and all those things down, which is great. The beans I have now and sweet potatoes and things like that. Things that have nutritional value. Um, Despite have maybe being more calorie dense, are a part of my life, and that's a good thing. And also just fun foods are a part of my life because eventually they were going to come up anyway. Recently in October, my grandmother passed away and I had to go back. I went back home and I was eating like I was eating food that I would like I was stopping at this place, that place, but it wasn't like I was like overdoing it. I didn't gain any weight while I was there, and so it's just a better relationship of after dealing with my childhood traumas, after dealing with, you know, feeding myself for 3 years. While I was not dieting, feeding myself in excess, yes, but feeding myself, it kind of, you know majority of binging is caused by restrictive eating, and so for 3 years I wasn't doing that, and so it just created a situation to where I was more able to, just the food will be there. Like I can go to these places anytime. I don't have any rules that I can go here or there. They're there anytime, so they're less exciting. It's just not all that like it used to be when it's like, oh, I'm only gonna eat this one time a month or one time a year. Whatever. Let me see.
I would do in the morning just one scoop is 100 calories. Uh, and it's 12 grams of protein. I would do this in the morning, mix it with some. I have a bag of Walmart like pineapples and strawberries and stuff. I'll mix that up, blend that up together, and drink that. That will be my breakfast. And I'm gonna go back to that, I think, because next week's gonna be a busy week.
Yeah, because that banana.
So that's gonna be my fallback thing, and this is probably gonna be my afternoon protein too. And if I decide I want to add to that mid-morning snack protein and fruit, I'll do this. Because insanity is kind of kicking my butt, so I might need to add some extra. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say. My brother just told me that I was flat-chested,
And why would he
dealing with that?
Why he in my business?
I mean, I'm looking at myself on this thing, and so
now
I know that was coming from somewhere.
He all in my
some kind of way about himself because I'm not flat-chested. I mean, they're not gargantuan like they were. They're not huge like they were, but neither am I. So
he tried it.
Comes with the package, and you have to kind of figure
who brother say that?
Saying something like that about his sister, and he's here, and he probably can hear me.
That's probably.
I don't care. I know. I'm gonna make sure he watches this because a brother that will be making such a comment about his sister, they're not all there anyway.
Glad I kept going with the video.
What not?
Ain't none my business.
Looking good. Where's your brother? He better go home. But
he's sick.
That's really all I'm talking about.
That one's sick.
I've been doing, my other son is coming up, but I've been doing Insanity and doing like some light workouts on top of that. All right.
Yeah, man, put your baby cry. I don't want to see it. Ain't nothing but some leaves and some tomatoes. And
so I just wanted to show y'all, like, this is the thing. It's empty now. There's 2 people pulling from this. And we eat this for lunch, dinner, whatever. But this is the
$7
package that I bought for a salad.
Hyped
salads, the base of my salad.
Talking like that. I was like calling them now.
This is spring baby mix, but I get whatever kind of mix.
I'm sorry I'm talking over her, but she really ain't talking about it.
And what's gonna go with this
banana
is blended up with this. And usually you have blueberries and all kind of berries with it too because it just makes it even more better. And
I guess probably after I did that, that's when I learned that you do not want to mix chocolate with no pineapple or no strawberry. You want to just only mix chocolate. I only want to mix chocolate with pretty much a banana. Blueberries is kind of pushing it. That's nasty. She's disgusting. Her and her brother are nasty.
I use water because milk, dairy products kind of swell you up a little bit, bloat you up. So I try to stay away from the cheese and all that stuff. If I have some with lactose, if I have something that I want to use, I use it. So if it's soy milk or a lactose-free milk, I'll use it. But we don't have none of that right now, and I don't feel like getting none of that. So it's just gonna be water. Yeah. And this is an example of I make this whole thing. It's chicken thighs. I make that whole thing, and then we eat off that. That's our backup plan. And then I make a whole bag of that, and then a bag same size of chicken breast, and that's our backup. And then the cans of tuna, those are our backups. If anything falls through. Now, before, my husband haven't always eaten well. Before he did, I would make stuff like, if I made spaghetti, I just wouldn't eat the noodles. I would just eat the meat and the salad. If I made him fried chicken, I would make me a couple baked chickens. You gotta make it work with whatever. And my kids still eat bad, so it's still bad stuff in the house. I mean, they eat good. They don't know they eat good.
So, some of this I can use as far as, of course, I'm doing it now of meal prepping. That's basically what she's talking about 10 years ago. I don't know if it, but meal prepping, that's what she's doing. I do that somewhat, but I do it I make a soup for the week or something like that so I can put all my vegetables in there. So just a different focus. What was I about to say? Oh, my husband eating different than me. We both kind of eat the same now. He's the more person who's like more refined, but that's his business. But anyway, if I make spaghetti now, I measure my stuff out as opposed to, but other than that, I'm eating the noodles and I'm eating the full thing. I just measure it out. What was I going to say? The kids, we eat all the same. And maybe because they're older, toddlers, they like just stupid stuff. Chicken nuggets, fries. And not saying that my kids don't like that either. But it's just understood that they need more than that. Man, Growth helps you in all aspects of life. Because I really am about to call Child Protective Services on her. I really am. Her and her whole family sick. Sick. Let's go.
But they eat good, but they still eat bad. They still got their Cheeto puffs and whatnot. They still got that. And I may take a bite here and there, but that's not my food. You just have to understand that that's not your food. Leave it alone. It's not for you. Now, if everything go good this week with this, if I still lose weight, then I'm gonna add in my boo things. My oatmeal is gonna come into my breakfast. Then I used to, along with making these chicken and stuff, I used to put brown rice and black beans in there with it.
I feel like you used the lentils.
It was really good.
The lentils was good.
I'm not gonna add all the barbecue sauce and all that stuff. The barbecue sauce can't come back, I don't think. Yeah. It's just too much sugar. I don't do sugar. So, but I am considering adding in oatmeal, brown rice, black beans. Gotta add those in slowly because then some heavy hitters as far as my carbohydrates go. But I'm willing to do it because I'm willing to do it. I mean, it's gonna be a part of my maintenance and part of my diet once I get done. So I'm gonna see how it works, adding them back in.
It's gonna be a part of my maintenance and a part of my diet once I get done. If only it worked that way. Whatever. This time, I'm not gonna speak for nobody else of what you gotta do or whatever. But whatever I do to get where I'm going, if I'm going somewhere, because I may be staying right here, but I'm gonna do things that are good for me. Okay. And wherever that takes me, it takes me. And you cannot then go back and get other stuff and think that it's going to, you're going to stay the same. Like, if I take out beans, I can't then add them back and then think over the long haul that everything's going to stay the same. No, my body agreed to be this certain size based on what I was giving it at that time. You can't be, I've been raw vegan and thought, okay, I'm doing this till I lose weight, then I'll go back and just be vegan or whatever, which I'm none of those things right now. But no, this is what we agreed to when you was doing this. Now you done changed the contract. Like that girl there, she works in the hospital. She's up at nighttime. She has a different schedule. I work from home. I'm still a nurse, but I take calls from home. I'm sitting down or I'm at my standing desk. That's a different requirement. I don't have as much of an output as I had back then. I sleep better than she does. She looked tired. This is not about attacking. Why did I say that? Sorry.
Don't worry. Just simply take it out. I will add them in one at a time. So 1 week I might just add oatmeal. If I still lose weight with that, cool. I add in the next, person. And that's how we do it. All right. I think that's it. Bye.
Because she was boring. I'm sorry. Maybe I don't care about food. Maybe because I'm not like looking for, and people probably watch it and you thinking I'll follow that. It don't end well. But yeah, what I will say is that was maybe boring to me because it wasn't really getting to any no pun intended, meat and potatoes. It wasn't really getting into, I'm not a girl who likes to have superficial conversations in it. We're just talking about what I'm eating. That to me is a superficial conversation. It's not getting to the roots. It's not getting to, let's do some work. What Yama Benzel would say, do your work. I'm not doing my work by talking about that. So maybe I should look at the videos beforehand to just make sure there's something there for me to pull from. But I do think this was kind of, I saw some things. I got to see some growth in myself. I'm less attached to, she's she's 25 or something, because they saying 9 years, but the kid's ages she told me is telling me 10 years. It really don't matter. I think I said 7 years earlier, maybe 8. I don't know. But we're in 2022. I don't know how YouTube decides how they want to change the dates or the time, but it just is what it is with that. I I wasn't. That was cool. What the things she's eating don't really seem like too far fetched. Only just it's just the problem comes in with I don't know the quantity, and also I don't know. There's no variety, but and in my life now there is variety. I also know that somewhere around there, that person was also. I never hear what I never hear from her is about the laxatives, you know, about the other thing. Like, not saying I was doing it on a daily basis, but there were weeks, like if I was trying to get to a number, that you were doing other stuff. So let's not just paint it like it was just like a healthy thing there, when it really wasn't. It really wasn't. There was some other things going on in there, and I'm just not having it. I'm gonna be good to this girl, and that's how that goes, you know. And I'm not gonna, stuff her, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deny her nutrients. So it's something right in the middle. Yeah, I think that's it. It was what it was. Maybe the next one will be more insightful. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. It's 2022. Happy New Year. I think I'm going to post my first one today. The first one that I did in April. I'm going to post it today, which will put this one a little bit backlogged. But I'm ready to share. And I don't got nothing else to say. I was doing my questions that I have for myself for the week. So I guess the question that I have for myself for this week is there anything else like that I'm not doing that I'm willing to do for a lifetime that will benefit my health? Like, so is there something that I would like to do? Like, do I do sit on my butt? No, I do sit down to work now. So my steps or I'm not walking as much. So would I like to monitor or increase my movement on a daily basis? Is that something that I could add and commit to for a lifetime? Food wise, uh, I need to add more vegetables and more things that I don't even know about, like that are just nutritious foods, like different grains. And there's quinoa, but there's also all these other things. And I don't even really eat that. I know of it and I have it, but I don't really eat that like that. Lentils, the different beans that I do eat, I need to like be getting rotating those out. The kale, the spinach, those things need to be rotating in and out so that I can get different nutrients and have those things available for my body to use. So exciting. What am I willing to do for a lifetime for my body? Not for the scale or for my weight or for my brother to tell me I'm flat chested or not. Just for me. He weird. Y'all have a good day. Bye.